So basically our sketch is ready. So now we will proceed to create the painting. But first, let me teach you about the colors that we would use. First, we need to understand about the materials that I'm gonna use. First, I got these brushes. We have flat brush for the lining or for the fills, whatever we would like to use it. These are the flat brushes. This one's not the flat brush, but it's like 1.5 inches, so that it would be easier for us to fill. And these brushes are typically used for fine lines, and for easy fill-ins, this could be the best ones that we could use. And so now for the detailing, we have round brushes. So we have round brush here, the one that's slightly larger, the larger one, and then the semi-larger one. So we have these brushes so that we could use it. We also have a variety of brushes. We could use like the very thin ones, like the 2 millimeters. We could use this one, 0.3. This one's 0.3. And then these are for the fine lines. Like we could use it for the hair, for the eyebrows, for the outlines of the painting, whatever we would want to use. We have like this thin lines so that we could create a much more detailed painting with it. I mostly use acrylic for my paintings so that it would be easier to blend, and then but we need to be very fast with it actually, because acrylic dries up very fast, like for 3 minutes, and sometimes you can't blend it already because it's already dried. So now I have primary colors here, and this is a black acrylic. This one is a blue acrylic, the green, the red, the yellow, and then most of all, the very useful one, the white. So first of all, I want to discuss about the colors. So we could mix the colors and then create a much lighter tone or a much darker tone. It depends on what we like and our preferences. But first, we would talk about color mixing, okay? We would mix the colors so that it would create a different color, and then what to use, whether we would like to create green, so we would mix blue and yellow. And if you're typically familiar with it, it will be okay for you to proceed on your paintings. There are hundreds of colors that you could imagine. So if you try to check everything, there are so much colors that you could think of. So if you want to have your colors that you would like to proceed with your paintings, you need to learn more about color theory. First, this will be our color palette. So in that case, you would like to create blue first. So this is the blue. We would spread a little bit of blue here. And if I want a lighter blue, I could use my white so that we could lighten the color and then create a much more vibrant sky blue. So this is the white. Try to grab like a little stick that we could use for mixing. And oh, always remember to have water with you, okay, so that you could clean your brushes afterwards, and you could soak your brushes on like a little bucket that you could put water in it, and then you could soak your brushes there so that it won't be stiff when the paint hardens. Okay, so this is the blue, this is like the dark blue, and once we mix it with the white, it creates a more vibrant sky blue. There you go. This is the sky blue that we're gonna use. So at first, this will be our like background color. but we need to mix more with it because we're gonna cover most of the canvas with the tones of blue. So this one, I would like to create a much lighter sky blue. Keep in mind to mix as more as possible so that you could cover your canvas with your desired background, whatever you want. Whatever colors that you desire, you need to have sufficient colors so that when you try to apply on your canvas, you won't run out of colors easily. And then now we would just spray it with a little bit of water so that the viscosity or the thickness of the paint would be even and it won't create like a much more thicker texture of paint. So now we have to mix a little bit more. Oops, I sprinkled a little bit here. Sorry for that. So this would be our background, okay? And I would like to mix a more different color. So I would take my red here. And the yellow. So mixing red and yellow would create orange, okay? So this is the color that we will use. So now here's our orange. I would like to sprinkle it a little bit of white so that we could create like a lighter orange for our highlights afterwards. There you go, light orange. So if you want to create gray, just add a little bit of black on the white. There you go. Just a dot, and then we'll proceed to mix it. But this gray is a little dark, so we'll add more white to it so that we could lighten our color. So this is a pro tip, okay? Once you mix several colors on an acrylic, basically it does a much more different color. Okay, it's not actually sometimes the outcome that you would like to create, but we need to find like a more specific color to it. So sometimes acrylics, when you try to mix it with different colors, instead of the colors that you would desire for the outcome, it doesn't come out like that. But sometimes there are acrylic colors that they usually sell for that specific color that you want.